Do it again, Jake. Jake, come out here and show them what you got here. Dude, exactly. Nailed it. I'm Rich.
I'm Frank.
And it's People, Pines, and Possibilities.
Yeah.
All right. Guess what? This is an extra special episode. You'll notice we're dressed up in our Sunday best here.
Got my collar on
our podcast best.
Yep.
Jake,
Rich didn't get the memo.
what's the big deal? What's the occasion?
Oh, we hit 22. We did it.
22.
Deuce.
This is where the guy behind the camera would hit the yeah, hit that.
Hold on, no one's there.
It's one of the blues. Oh, whoa, you sniped
22.
that.
Yeah, how do you know it was that one?
That was insane.
He plays with that thing at his house. And that concludes it.
I'm so impressed.
All right, 22. What'd it do? What's the big deal about 22?
That's a you thing.
Yeah, no, this is a me thing. It means we hit our goal.
And
our
soon-
goal was to
Short-term goal.
short-term goal was to hit 21, and now we officially are recording 22, and we're going to talk about some of our longer-term goals with this.
Share this, like it, subscribe. Help us pay our bills this month.
Well,
We
get us
can't do it
rolling.
unless you.
Dude, if you're out there and you like this, send us some messages.
Even if you don't, tell us you hate us. Tell us
shit
why.
to us.
Tell us
Dude,
why you
just
don't
say
like it.
something.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
say something.
Tell them you hate them. I'm not good with feedback
Say
like that.
something.
You're gonna get a heart from me on YouTube or Spotify.
Yes.
All right. So, episode 22. What it do?
So wait. I feel like you guys didn't. We kind of just. I made a joke out of it. But what are now the long-term goals? Like,
Hold on, we're gonna get to that. Let's rewind and
can't
tell
just
people
jump
why
into
22.
I
like
think
that.
I think you literally
I like
said
that.
we're gonna go.
22. So let's just talk about that and get rolling on it. Is when we started this, Frank did a little research, good to get some background, and he found out that 2 million podcasts start. That was at the time. I'm sure more now. They're getting more popular. That was a few months ago. When did we start?
This was in
February?
It was in.
Either late January or early February.
I don't think we released till March because
Well,
I came up to you guys the day we went with Tony because I was on a run and I ended up here to grab my tips, and then as when I overheard the conversation, we were grabbing the Christmas tree that day, but that was the day.
So that was not February.
We started the process in
No.
November.
That was when I was like, hey, I could help. I
Okay.
think it was 2 months after
Yeah, I agree. I bought the
because Rich
stuff in
came up to
December.
me. The day we dropped was because Rich was like, hey, Jake, you're the weakest link right now. And I was like,
Drop.
whoa.
Yeah, so timeline, I bought the stuff. Here, okay, we're going to get this going.
Yeah, only
Here's
if
how
we
you
could
achieve
really
a
get
goal.
the real date.
You put it out in the real world. Yeah, look up the real date. Look it up. You put it out in the real world.
what?
Come on, dude. All you got. Well, look at when we posted.
Oh.
You put it out in the real world that you're going to do it. You have to tell people. Jake and I were talking about this earlier. You got to put it out there. And you got to put it out into the real world. And so in November, I said we need to do a podcast. You're absolutely right. We were getting a tree right at the end of November, early December, probably putting that tree up right in the middle of December. Then we didn't know if the brewery had the money. I didn't want to ask the brewery for money. How about I was less afraid to ask Martha for the money than I was to ask the brewery? Because at that time, Christmas is slow, right? December, January, February, March is like a long haul. We had just opened the kitchen. We weren't sure. So Martha and I bought the podcast equipment ourselves because now I don't have to put anyone else out. At that point, we have the podcast equipment and it all comes in, right? We talked to Jake. I talked to Chad, Redongo, Go Find Mentors. And we hunt them down, and I ask everyone what type of equipment we should get. And I get a list from the weakest stuff, the cheapest stuff, all the way to the most expensive. And I settle on what is the highest quality, but also not the most expensive at the same time. And so
Was this not the most expensive?
it's about $5,000 worth.
was
That's
not
the
trying to
most
air your-
expensive
I didn't-
unit.
I
but
didn't
it's
mean to
not
air it out.
because you can get another one that I think has more attachments to it.
I thought that was the biggest one.
That might be the most expensive one, yeah. And then so we went with, but I knew that the here's what I have my research from everyone I talked to. They said if the sound isn't clean, you won't be able to go anywhere.
No.
All right, so now we've got the equipment, we've got it in, we've got somebody who's willing to do it, and then I turn to Jake and say, the only thing stopping us right now is our ability to get it on Spotify. Are we on Apple yet?
No, I've tried.
get on
No,
Apple.
no,
That's our next goal. We're putting that
I'm
on the
talking to
goal.
the people here. I have tried 3 different times,
Dude.
and every time I create the account, it says Apple services are currently down. So,
Mm-hmm.
hello, lady. I am not giving up.
No, we can't.
But I'm
That's one of
not
our goals. That's going to be a new goal. So I tell
Excuses.
Jake, the only thing between us and being on the air is us, because we haven't figured out how to post it. Go onto YouTube, and then what'd you do? You just started doing research, right? You didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, no, I just
What'd you do?
did it. Yeah, just research. I don't even know if I'm doing this the proper way. There's, I guess, links where you can just drop the one link in there, and then it'll widespread to the links that are connected to it. It never worked when I did it, and so I just individually, that single
was called
one by
the
one by one by one.
RSS feed.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to do that.
Fraudulent.
So a new goal is we need to be able to figure out the RSS feed that will send us to Apple. So if you're out there and your podcast is kicking ass and you want to help us,
Call Frank.
please send us a message.
I won't answer.
Hey, coach us.
in all reality, it's not just like you take a picture and send it to your buddy or upload. There's a whole lot that goes on behind the scenes that this guy is working on mastering to make these videos appear on your Spotify and YouTube. It's pretty in depth.
And when was our first one?
We dropped 26th of April.
26th of April. So it took us a little bit of time.
Oh, no, 22nd of April. Sorry.
22nd of April.
That's still insane.
Well, we banked a few for a few weeks, like a month. So
We had
that
like
means
5 in the bank,
Then we
right?
threw a couple out. Like Jeff Gallagher episode didn't work. There was 2 other ones we did that didn't work,
We
right?
had some tech issues in there, but I feel like we got it somewhat dialed in now.
Yep.
Yeah, we're locked.
And then we sent it, and now we're 22 in. And why the 22? Because 2 million started at that time. Of the 2 million, 1% made it past
Trace.
3 episodes or so. They just kind of gave up, couldn't get together, didn't do it. So now you're down to 200,000. And then of those, 1% of those, which is 20,000 podcasts, made it past the 21. Is that right? Or made it to 22.
Yeah.
Either way, you can grok
It's in
ChatGPT that. And
Yeah,
so
don't
we
quote
set
us
a
on
goal.
that, but they're definitely, it drops off quick.
we set
We're
our
near.
goal
We're near.
of 22.
I think that's the important part.
Yep.
We set the goal and we hit it.
Remember, and here's what I'll say to people, and we set the goal of 22. We didn't set a goal of having 8 camera angles. We didn't set a goal of having the best interview skills. We didn't set a goal of having
Making
the
millions.
most extensive we
Right?
didn't making the most extensive video changes and things like that, or having the best equipment. We set a goal of 22. Why? Because in there now there's no excuses. Just keep doing the craft. Like, keep doing the work.
It's part of the routine now. I think it's like this Fridays are like, for me, I'm like, all right, I'm podcasting and then I'm working. Like, it's,
Yeah.
it's second nature now. It's fun.
And inherently, through the process, you will get better automatically. But you have to not let the outside things distract you. Because it would have been easy to say, oh, we can't do it. The computer just went
I
off,
realized
right? We'll play
I
through it.
was uploading the files the other night, and sometimes
okay.
I'll have it turn off earlier so I can go to bed.
We
while
can
they're
bring it
uploading.
back up later. But we didn't let the little things distract us, right? Like, we didn't let those little side things take away from our only goal was to keep making episodes.
It was us versus us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep making episodes. And here we are.
We're crawling. Now we're walking somewhat.
All right.
And everybody out there, I'm sure you all have a favorite podcast. Go back and listen to the very first one.
Or don't.
Right?
Or do.
And not ours, but I mean just any podcast out there.
True.
Some
And then
people,
compared to what they are now. Like
Justin
it's-
Spurbeck out there said those are his favorite ones. Those
The
are like
very
the
first
therapy
ones.
podcasts.
Yeah.
Dude, we had never sat down to actually clear our brains of this whole process, which we're doing now. So today,
Let's summarize
So
some
did you
stuff.
want, before we talk about today, did you guys want to talk about like what's next? Like what's long term now? Like with the podcast? What do you guys got in mind?
I think we should do that at the end. That's Frankie's part. But
What's
we
our
need to set
possibilities?
some new
Let's see
goals.
where it goes.
Let's talk about setting some new goals here. We don't have to finalize all of them, but we should put it out there, and then people can hold us accountable. That's what, you got to model the behavior you want to see in the people around you. You need to put it out there. You need to write it down. You need to put it on a wall. Oh, that's what we're going to do. We're going to put our new goals right here on the wall.
I'm not mad at that.
and then people will help you. But
Yeah.
you're afraid to do that for you.
Yeah.
We're gonna work on that with
feel
you.
you,
But
yeah.
you love that for us. You're
Yeah,
you're a part of that
absolutely.
last episode.
Absolutely.
Hey, that's all
That's
right
good
as long
for
as
us.
you can recognize it. All right, so welcome. My name's Rich. I'm the Vibe Titan,
Frank Dabbler.
I'm Jamie.
and Jamie's in the house. Why is Jake here? Because he helped us do it. We reached our goal. You got to have your boy on, and he went out and said, "Hey, I got an idea. I want to be a part of this podcast." And we're like, "Absolutely, let's do it." And Jake wants to kind of run it and ask us some questions and rip through like a little bit of an interview, right?
No, see, I was hoping you're the whiteboard. I kind of just wanted to be here
Did you
to
say
I'm
I'm the white
here.
boy?
No,
He's
the whiteboard guy. You're the
Yeah,
whiteboard
dude,
guy.
finally. I
Hey, if
wanted
the
to be
shoe
white
fits.
chocolate when I was a kid, just that crossover.
If the shoe fits.
Dude, he did the behind the back with the elbow right there.
No, I was gonna say, like, I don't know. Like, I think in my mind for 22, we're celebrating everything we've done so far. We hit our goal. I think it would be a cool idea to kind of like recap over these last 21 episodes, and just talk about like for me in my mind, obviously, this is what they were kind of alluding to. I'm like potentially in the works of maybe starting a business. And so
buddy.
it's just these kind of questions have been on my mind as of late. But I mean, I'm surrounded by the people. I have the resources. Like, let's use them. But I think it would be a great episode to go over from what it took from starting a business to opening day, and just really kind of, if you were to listen to one episode on how to start a business throughout this entire podcast, like make it this episode. And so then I just have some questions that I had that I've also think people might have too, and just really retell the story.
Love it. The first part, I want to tag on to the first thing you said because you got your people here who are willing to help you. The first step is you have to say out loud what you just said. I'm thinking about starting my own business. I want to do this. I think I can do it, right? You're not sure. No one's ever sure, by the way. That's the very first step, that W, right? So we talk about a widget. For those of you who haven't learned about that process, you have to go through a process to see something from beginning idea to completion, right? And the book is Working Genius, which we all read, right? And we kind of use all these different things in the background. You got this idea. You have to throw the, or you have this dream, right? This vision for something. And you got to be able to say that. And I wanted to tag onto that. We talked about it earlier. And Jake is human nature, as he explained, and I won't go into as much detail as you want, but we have this thing in our lives, like this push-pull of like, the old us is like, I can never do that. That's too big. That's for somebody else, right? Somebody else owns a business. I don't own a business. That's not what I do, right? We tell ourselves that. And how that comes to us, I don't know. It's just always there. And then there's this other side of us once we get around people who are doing it, and we start to look around in our mind and we say, maybe I can do that.
No, for sure. And like our team is filled with like winners. And I mean, just to like make it a little about me right now, but like in my interview when I first started here, like a little over a year ago, you guys asked me like, what are you guys looking for? Because I mean, you guys are very big and you've said it before, but like if you're going to be here for a month or you're going to be here for 5 years, just make us better. And I was just honest, and I was just like, I'm just looking for like a place to work right now where I can be surrounded by people that I consider family. Because my previous workplaces, not that they weren't, some of them were family, but I mean, just very toxic, very survival of the fittest. I've said that on here before in the service industry business. And this place is just nothing but that. But because we're this family, we have standards and we hold each other accountable. And we want everyone to be the best we can all be. And I mean, like last week, when you're listening to this now, I mean, Mike James, he's going out and he's doing his own thing, and it's just like inspired. Like you say it all the time, but why not me? You know,
Why not?
You're a person, I'm a person, she's a person, she. Why not me?
Never know.
And you go back, you think about it. When I talked to Frank about doing a brewery, neither one of us had ever done it.
Yeah,
So you can see why it's not that we get frustrated with people, but we push people because we're right in front of you.
100%.
Now, that doesn't mean it's easy, right? But when you got to have the dream, you got to have the possibilities to start reverse. Possibilities is that wonderment, that W, that just this vision.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I'm going to get there. You know, I read the book that Jeff Wilsusen recommended, and it was Viktor Frankl, and it was Man's Search for Meaning. And the Nietzsche quote that starts the book says, anyone with a strong enough why can endure any how. You know, the how becomes secondary, inconsequential. Right? And so when I said to you, Frank, to go back to that, because I think that's your first question is, I say to you in a room, by the way, I've said this multiple times to people, I want to start a brewery. What made you think you could do it? Or you wanted to do it?
Sounded easy. Let's go. No, why not? Okay, so the whole little motto I live by is, it was probably instilled in me by my father and maybe some Uncle Sam. You never want to be that dude sitting on your rocker on the porch going, I should have tried that.
Dude.
What's the worst that can happen? You're going to go out and try it. Yeah, you may lose a little cash. You're not taking it with you anyways. As long as you're not hurting anybody, give it a whirl. And yeah, dig deep, tie in, and let's see what we can do. I love construction. God knows I love beer. I love my family, and I can bring good people together the whole time. And my own stress and challenges are because of me. Yeah, let's freaking do it.
Run your own thing. And you said
you had all the resources. You had everything between Craig and some other people. Like, yeah, guys, we can. Why would we not do this?
And like you said, the scariest thing is the greatest ideas that never were materialized live in the graveyard. You know, people died with them. They just were too afraid to try.
We weren't going to get hurt building a brewery. It's not like we were building a new airplane. We're going to crash and burn possibly. Like, this could be a really cool thing. We love Paso. I personally didn't really know the people, but the people we met along the journey, like, it was life-changing.
Yeah. Jake, hit us with some questions. Keep it rolling now.
So did you really want to dive into Widget though, or did you want to just
I can. So the idea, and we can work through it. We did it. It's multiple things, right? So Widget is a good way to do it. It's just that's that wonderment, and then somebody has to dream something up, and then another person, the I, has to come up with the actual idea, the ideation. They have to come up.
Okay, wonderment and ideation.
Yeah, I'm WI. I'm WI.
Is that ideation?
This guy right
It's
here
idea. It's the idea. Yeah, invention. I think you're right. And ideation is the WI together. That's like that portion of it, right?
That threw me for a whirl. I thought
this guy.
Yeah, invention.
I read the book.
No, it is. Invention is the actual I. Ideation is the WI together. Like it's actually coming together.
The column. Okay.
Yep.
So that was me sitting in our little cubicle or office or wherever we had over there, and saying, "Rich, I'm gonna open a coffee shop." And then him blowing my mind with, dude, you like beer, let's open a brewery.
Yep.
And then that's where it clicked. The wonderment, the ideation, like, oh shit, is this a deal? Can we do this?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna widget up.
And watch, I'm gonna show you, Jake, the biggest one.
So while he's doing that, like why the coffee shop? Why were you like, I'm gonna open a coffee shop? Or did you think it was just gonna be like secure cash? Was it gonna be something like a passion project, or what? Why coffee?
I thought it was going to be, I can get up at the crack of dawn.
Money laundering?
No, that is done in the evening. But get up at the crack of dawn. I can make a product. Everyone, this is what, 10 years ago, everyone was on the Starbucks craze and coffee craze.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just wanted a little booth in a parking lot. I'm like, man, I think I can make a pretty decent.
Absolutely.
I'll do all the work myself. I don't have to deal with employees and all that stuff. And then, and here's the funny thing: I don't drink coffee, but I can make it cool. We can do something fun. And then just the idea of the brewery just wiped that right off. I'm like, no, we're making beer.
God knows you love beer.
Yeah, no, you know. Am I sweating it? Is that why you said it?
You said that like 2 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, I do.
Callback.
And so with the wondering, the idea portion, that was a great time for Rich and I to bond. Like, we got to sit down and actually.
How close were you two? I don't know if I've ever gotten this. I know you guys were friends, but like, how close were you two really? Like,
We
prior?
were friends. I wouldn't call it that.
Whoa. Yeah. No, we did not hang out outside of work.
Well, clearly,
Well, I didn't
this
have
guy
that
doesn't
point.
hang out with
No,
me.
you
still don't hang out.
Clearly.
You did it.
I had babies at the time. Like, it was get work done, go home. And I only knew Rich really in the work environment.
Mm-hmm.
Not much different than it is now.
And is that like how often are you guys running into each other? Because you're a teacher and he's in office, right?
No,
at the time?
he was HR and I was doing athletics, but I also was involved in the education portion.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Okay.
I was kind of like
we saw
Blake.
each other every day.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was like a once a month meeting or something. But
He was
We were at
actually
meetings
the
all
only
the time.
one that
yeah. I don't know if I never knew that.
worried about what he was doing.
You ain't got to worry about my shit. I'm
Nope.
ready to go. My
Nope.
game is tight.
Dang, those are the best kind of employees.
In fact-
Plenty of other ones I had to worry about, but
Yeah.
he was squared away the whole time. And that's another perk. Like, yeah, shit, man, I can go in business with this guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good moral compass. He gets his shit done. Yeah, let's talk a little more about this.
Well, and a little bit about that. Like, I'm the guy, I do all my stuff behind the scenes because I love talking to people. So people see me during the day, and it's genuine. A misconception about me that when you first meet me, you just think I'm just walking around and talking to people all day. I have the ability to like extreme focus, and I have like a way to rip through things really fast. So I will sit down at I'll work out at 5 a.m, and at 6, I usually sit down at that computer and crush out from 6 to like 7:30 all the stuff that I need to do for the day. Or at night, inverse, I'll do it at night when I'm by myself. And I'll put like classical music on because I can't have anything distracting me. If I listen to regular music, I'm like, oh, I should put that on the playlist, or oh, that's a good song, I should add that to this, or I get distracted. So the same was true in my workplace. I had a way of, I almost every day, I used to do it every day, I don't have to as much. I write down everything I need to get done for that day. And then I get it done when I'm away from people because I get too distracted. Martha and Frank can stay focused on what they're doing and take the time and say, this is more important than talking to people right now. I'm going to do this. And they have that ability. I don't. I'll get distracted just sitting here listening to something. So when Frank would see me, people would genuinely think like, does this guy even know what he's doing? And then I would show up and I would have that thing freaking dialed in, dude. I had worked
He'd
on
have
it.
budgets dialed in. He'd have entire after school sports dialed in. I never had to ask for anything. And he would just come in, present, and you'd just be like, shit, man, thank you.
Yeah.
Because it was his passion. He cared about it. He cares about kids. We all do. But his work ethic was probably, and his personality was definitely a reason where I was like, man, maybe this is a great opportunity for us.
And why did you choose Frank? Like, why Frank?
Looks.
Dude, he
great
had
haircut.
hair. He had hair then. No, you didn't. You didn't. Dude, I saw a picture of him. No, he didn't. He didn't. Gosh, dude, I don't know. We just hit it off. I don't know because
That
I wouldn't
hurts.
say that to people.
Yeah.
That
No, I
hurts
think
a
that's
little
even
bit.
better.
He's like, this guy looks like he's got a lot of
No,
cash.
because Frank.
I could milk this guy for
Frank
$7.
reminded me. No, I knew his story. We had kind of sat down and talked, and he had told me about the girls. I put his girls' names in my phone, so I knew the names. And but I had known about him quitting, so I think that drew me.
Gotcha.
Frank was a principal, not to tell his story, but he just, something went on and he just said, I'm going to make a change. I'm going to quit. Well, I had done that many times. Like that thing draws, and not to quit just to try something new. Right. And I'm drawn to those people. I can't stand people who say I can't. I can't take people who who put themselves in chains, like the baby elephant. I don't know if we've talked about that on here, but like an elephant, when it's little, they drive a post in the ground, and that elephant believes that it can't move, like a circus elephant, and it becomes conditioned. Right?
we had that talk off camera.
And so
yeah.
I can't. People need to free themselves. So like when you say to me, I want to start a business, I immediately want to compel you to, and I can't do it for you. And the word can't. I cannot compel you more than you can compel yourself. I've learned that about my life. Because Frank says, something about me. I don't give up on people, and he's absolutely right. At some point, though, I'm wasting my time when somebody else, because in the end, you're going to have to fight through the hard time. You're going to have to. And so for me, I know what it looks like. I came from this, and we haven't really talked about our backgrounds. I guess this episode is good. My dad, my mom, and my brother were killed at a young age. They died in a car accident when I was 4 months old. My mom was 24, and my brother was 4. I never knew them. I was 4 months old. But I knew my grandmother and the people around, and I knew that they were great people. And so then my dad, at just during the end of my high school, he passes away from cancer, and he's 42 years old, and 43 years old. And I, instead of like feeling sorry for myself, I found this extreme value in like life is not given to anyone and it's not guaranteed to any of us. And so during high school, this is what connected me. People would not let me fail. Like Coach Arrow, I've talked about it a little bit. My football coach, he didn't have to help me. They helped me even after high school when I graduated. They just came and found me and said, "You're going to go to college. You're going to sign up for these classes. I'm going to make sure you do this," and they didn't have to. And I feel like at that point, I owed it to them because they gave me the greatest gift in the world. They believed in me. Like not that other people didn't, but they just believed in me. They believed in me to the tune of like taking their own time. And I always say this, like if a rich person gives you money, it's not really worth that much. If a person without a job gives you time, that's not really worth that much. But if you can inverse those and somebody who doesn't really have a lot takes their time to help you, or somebody who has a family takes their time to help you, you owe it to yourself and them, and I don't owe anyone, but it's like you owe it to yourself to do the freaking best you can.
Yeah.
Like, and maximize every day. And so every day spent saying I can't do something is just what a waste. And to be honest, I do think this way, and it may sound harsh. What just disrespect to the people who came before me, right? What utter disrespect for me to complain about today when I'm alive at 47 years old. And Justin Garza, who's a great friend of mine, who they named a school after, he passes away, in his early 40s as well. And he had 2 kids and a wife, and he's the head football coach of his dream school. And when that moment comes that they tell him that he's not going to make it, what he did? He went and fundraised for other people. He got people to be bone marrow donors. And so that leads to that W, that wonderment. Can I do this? Can I do this? You're damn right you can do it. You absolutely can. I've seen other people look death in the face and have extreme pride, like in satisfaction for the life that they live. So how could I ever go any other way? And how can I allow people around me to do that? I just don't accept it. And I won't. That's the only time that you will get nothing from me, is when you just start making excuses and putting yourself down and all that. I can't take it. So that's kind of like when I back to Frankie, he had that determination in him. I just saw it, like, I don't know, I guess you can feel it in people, but he had that determination. Martha has it, it comes off sometimes to people as, I don't want to say arrogance, almost like a rudeness, because they're just getting their shit done and they're not really concerned with the peripheral because they're really good at getting shit done. I'm drawn to those people because I think I wish I was a little bit more like that.
100%.
Right? Because I will run around and go help everyone and be like, okay, I'll do my homework now at midnight because I just went and helped everyone. But what I don't do, and this is a clear distinction, I never blame anyone else for the choices that I've made in my life. I do not say, oh my God, I can't believe I have to do my work at 11 because I had to help everyone. I say, no, I fucking made a choice to go help as many people as I can. And the consequence that I'm going to bear is you're going to sit your ass down and you're going to do this work right now and you're going to complete it because you have to do it and you made this choice to do it. So don't say another word. And I do treat myself like, I hate to say this, I told somebody else this, I treat myself like a dog in a way. It sounds crazy, but you're going to sit and you're going to stay and you're going to freaking do this right now because you have to do it. Like, you're going to do it. Like, you're going to listen to me. And it's almost like I'm just compelling myself to sit there. And so, I don't know, I went on a tangent, but that's that W. It's like that. It's built into me, is like, why not us? Why can't we do it? And here, it's not easy. Nothing's easy, but you need to find good people. And I guess I'll leave that and hand it back to Frankie. Is I saw in him what I love about Martha. People who have the fucking ability, and it's a compliment, they know it. And the people who know him know it. The people who have the ability to fucking get shit done.
Yeah.
Like, get it done. It's not even a question.
Oh, yeah.
Those two, it's going
You want to
to
surround
get
yourself
done.
with those people.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like I say it all the time. Like I have doing this podcast, I have the benefit of like hanging around you two and genuine. Like I feel like, you know, prior to this, like I said, like I thought not he was an asshole, but like he's very much like in the back getting his shit done, and then he's out of here. And I, you know, that was the extent of me. Like I'd maybe catch the truck on the way out.
Yeah.
That was my only interaction with Frank. But now, like, you know, like I get to know you
Get out
guys.
of my way.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, no, and you know, he did it. He came in at 5 a.m. and he did everything he needed to do, and now he's out. He's got to go be a dad. He's got to go be a husband, and that's, you know, no knock on him, but it's just like now I get to know you guys, and I get to like understand why you guys do what you do and the way you guys think, and you know, like I've never had that prior to this, and the critical thinking with my coworkers and team members, and you get the itch, like you want to do better, like why not me? But
how about the ability to talk openly and freely with people? Like Frank and I would talk about things in the school district and be like, hey, how do you see this? How do you see this? Yeah. And we had this ability to kind of work together and speak freely. That doesn't mean we agree all the time, but those things are hard to find. You know, people who are truthful and upfront and honest about what they need and where they're going, they're hard to find, you know? And so.
Yeah, but some of those traits you can build.
I agree.
Yeah, like I'm very mission oriented. Not to sound super military and all that fun stuff, but
please do tell us about
that's where it was built into me. I was very smart in school, but fucked off in school all the time. Got good grades, but still would screw around.
What's that mean?
And then once I joined the military, and kind of the biggest thing I remember, it kind of parallels with the I can't, is you show up late to something and you just start opening your mouth to give excuses, and your sergeant, I don't want to hear your rationalization. Okay, so then I come, I'm embarrassed, I'm sorry, I'm stupid. And then all of a sudden I would think, man, I'm not stupid, I'm not sorry, I'm not embarrassed, I need to change my ways. And so instead of rationalizing why I fucked up or why I couldn't do it, I would sit and rationalize, okay, I could do it this way or this way, and be able to do it. And a lot of people have to change that mindset to know that, yeah, you can. Nobody, and my pet peeve is time. You guys know that. You show up late to a meeting, you show up late to work, you might as well walk in with your middle finger up saying fuck you to me. 100%. That's a quick way to say fuck you to me. Now, you want to take the time and don't walk in with a cup of coffee late. If you want to take the time to call me ahead of time, be like, hey, man, there's traffic, all this, I can adjust. I can help you with that. But don't think you're going to come in late with arms open. It's not that you're late. It's the fact that you're not respecting what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
And those are the mentalities, the mindsets that growing up you have to shift, knowing that this choice I'm making, it's not passing the sniff test or the gut test. It's going to impact more people than you think it's going to impact. As opposed to just getting there a little bit early. Hey, how you doing? Let's have a good time and let's move on with the day. Mm-hmm. And I think out of the military, you know, without that mindset, personality, people would have got hurt. People would have got killed. And so maintaining that through the rest of my life, like I just kept honing it. And it's kind of who I am. And it's got me to great places. Opening the brewery, I didn't think twice about it. I went straight home and talked to my wife about it. She thought we were getting a divorce. You guys heard about it. And it was, no,
Kids stay upstairs.
Let's freaking open a brewery. Well, shit, okay, we got this far.
Yeah.
And you can't be scared of doing it, but you also have to have backup plans too.
Yeah.
Always have a backup
We're going to
plan.
go through all those. Yeah. And you got to have a plan. Like, you know, you got to actually but you need that first ability to believe in yourself. And Frank said it the best. It reminded me of a coach that I had who, if you came late to a meeting, I learned not to come late either. So we have that characteristic in us. Time is valuable.
Some of us are still working on it around here.
Yeah. Oh, that was a shot. Dude, that was a shot at somebody right there. So he used to say, if someone came in late, I learned really quickly. He said, hey, stop, you know, in front of the whole crowd. And he said, excuse me, sir. He was talking to one of our players. He said, I noticed you came late. So people only come late for 3 reasons. So you tell me which one of the 3 you are. And he said, number 1, you don't respect the person running the meeting, and that's me. tell me to my face you don't respect me. And he goes, Coach, that's not the answer. He goes, okay, then maybe it's number 2. Number 2, you're just completely untrustworthy. You don't know how to keep a calendar. You just can't be on time. You don't have that skill within you. You're incompetent. No, not that one, Coach. He goes, perfect. Then it's number 3. You think you're fucking better than everyone else who came here on time. Walk through this room and shake everyone's hand and say you're sorry that you think you're better than everyone in this room. I never came late.
No, fuck no,
anything.
I wouldn't either.
And he was like, I'm sorry, I think I'm better than you. I'm sorry, I think I'm better than you. I'm sorry. Like, dude, this whole room is filled with people on time, right? Be here on time. And by the way, if you're late, tell everyone you're late and say you're sorry. Say you apologize.
Yeah,
hey,
I'm
man, I
sorry,
won't do
I
it
screwed
again,
up.
right?
And it's like the one thing about meetings is like no one wants to be in the meeting, you know?
No.
It's like,
well, I do. I like meetings.
Yeah, this guy loves meetings.
They're meant for organization. You know, people have to get together. Shit.
Oh, damn.
All right.
Gotta
so,
work at some
I
point.
don't respect you.
So Jake's starting a business. He wants to start a business.
Whoa,
He's not putting it out.
discernment.
Yeah, no, we're getting there. So Jake wants to start a business. You got to dream it. You got to have that W. The I is that I said ideation. It is invention. You got to invent the idea, though. You have to come up with what you're actually doing, right? You have to hone that down. You can't just walk in and say, it'd be great to have a second story.
Or
on
you
the
can't
brewery.
start a brewery and be like, I want to be Firestone. Not
Yeah.
how it starts.
No. So the I is we have to actually identify and invent how we're going to do this, right? And so now you get to the third part, and that's that discernment. We have to decide, is this going to work? Like you're going to have to decide. Is there a demand for this, right? Some of the best people, is the timing right? Because some great people have opened badass businesses and the timing has been wrong. Shit, I thought our timing was wrong with COVID. You know, I knew that good people had great ideas and had done everything right because you can do everything right.
It wasn't
can still
the
be
best
wrong.
timing.
No, we didn't
Let's
know.
be
And by the way,
clear.
we didn't know. And so we had talked about that. You need to discern. And here's the thing I'm going to get rid of for everyone. Stop asking yourself, is this the time isn't right? The time isn't right. You don't know what the right time is. No one knows what it is. Frank, when you had kids, did you think it was the right time?
Never. If I knew the right time, I would have invested in Apple and freaking be on a yacht
Yeah,
right
no
now.
shit.
You
We
know,
wouldn't
like,
need it.
It's you
what
gotta
is the
my-
right time?
the risk.
You know the
My-
right time? You fucking believe. Let's go.
Yeah.
My boss, when I was in high school, told me, he's like, okay, this guy, I'm making pizzas with Blake. Where, you know, tips, we're coming home with $7 a night or whatever, plus
Crushing it.
minimum wage, right? And this guy's like, hey, just put away $2,000. And this was when Bitcoin was at $2,000. And he's like
Yeah,
begging us,
buddy.
he's begging us to do it.
He's
and I'm
a
just
millionaire.
like, yo, it's loaded.
Bitcoin's at $118,000
Yeah, but
of
like-
Bitcoin right now.
Bro, how disrespectful to tell me, a 17-year-old, put away $2,000.
But you could have.
You could have.
Maybe.
You could
Probably not.
You could have put $100.
I don't want to be,
into it.
I know you
Well,
say
you didn't
not
have to
can not, but
Yeah, but you could.
Buy
you
your
could.
video game.
I know.
You could. You just didn't,
Didn't
believe
have
it.
'em.
You didn't believe it. Your why wasn't good enough. Somebody's was though. At the same time, somebody
sure.
did do it,
Yeah.
and they only put $100 in. So don't say
I didn't know you. Okay, to be fair, I didn't know you could partially go in on a stock.
Yeah.
At the time, I know this is all new to me. But
But you didn't.
shout out Stevie.
You didn't
You're-
care enough.
Don't forget about me.
If you cared enough, you would have went to the public library and borrowed it and did research or found someone. Just trust
That's
me
true.
on that.
No, that's true. That's
right?
true.
And that's not
That's
a
true.
knock on
That's
you.
that
It just means like
rationalization.
when you do care, you're gonna send
See,
it.
I want to defend myself. But
You're gonna
I'm
send
just
it.
gonna
No,
let it go.
you-
I'm just gonna
you're
let it
not
go. I'm just
defending.
gonna let it go.
The good thing is we're never accusatory because we know like your next thing is your best thing, right? Shit, that's it. And so now discernment. You got to discern whether this is going to work. So when Frank found this property, we had to go back through and say, is there enough demand here? Like this is a small town. There's only 30,000 people in this town. You know, really, if you wanted to open a brewery, you go to LA, there's 20 million people or whatever, 14 million people. I don't know. This is 30,000 and this is tough competition in this town.
Yeah.
We have Firestone Walker Brewing Company over there. We have Barrel House who do a great job. At the time, we had Silva, Earth and Fire. Do they need another freaking brewery around here? And we thought, yeah, they need another community brewery because we knew we could have a niche and what we did. And so we had to really ask ourselves, and you don't know the answer, will people come here? And can you pay your bills? And that's that discernment. You have to think about it. But here's the thing: you cannot get stuck in discernment. This is where you make excuses for yourself.
The graveyard.
But it was also not,
dude, this is where the
will
dreams
people
die.
come here? How are we going to get people here?
Yeah,
That's that swap mindset.
we have it.
It's got to be good beer. It's got to be, and we grew.
I'm gonna get involved in the community.
Yeah,
we
we're
love
gonna
the community.
We're gonna.
Martha's gonna be able to do a badass website. We're gonna try to crush this social media thing. We're gonna learn everything we can. So we're gonna put ourselves ahead and be different in every way. We're gonna serve people at the highest level. We're gonna be involved in every event and donate until it hurts. And because we want to be a part of the community, we absolutely do. We're not faking it. And so in the discernment, we're like, yeah, we can do this. There's enough people here. We've done the math. There's enough room here. We'll figure out how to get the money. And by the way, we thought 500 grand was enough. And this is what I tell everyone. We went and refinanced our houses and did all this. In the end, we needed to go hunt down more investors, double the money that we put in. And at no point did we say we're going to quit. At no point did we give in and acquiesce to pressure. At no point did we see... we saw it as an obstacle meant to be overcome, not a wall that stops you and allows you to make an excuse for yourself, right? No excuses. So that's that. And you leave that part, and now you're just galvanizing.
But before you get to that a big part of it too is not only you're doing your homework. So whatever venture you're going down, Rich and I would be at Firestone, would be at Barrel House, would be at Silva. What do I like? What do I not like? What's working? And try to talk to them. And we're not stupid. That's why a lot of the other breweries are here. They're looking, what are these guys doing? What are they not doing?
Yep.
And so whatever it is, go out and do your homework and see what draws me to this place. Why do I'm not drawn to this place? Mm-hmm. And then you come back and formulate it. You have your base. Now, how do I make all of this better? How am I going to be defined and be a little different than everyone around?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Toby was just here and he talked about that little extra.
Absolutely.
Always something extra that you can do. And
wine thief.
Yeah, the wine dude's right here.
Behind,
Is it? I'm gonna block
Yeah,
him.
no, you don't got to do that.
Yeah. Look, there
Shout
he
out,
is.
shout out.
He's
English is
over in
hard.
Poland now.
You got it?
Shout out Mike and Toby.
Yeah, hell yeah. If you listen to that one, do that. And like, if you're not taking every chance to soak in every word that somebody like Eberly or Toby or, anyone, Firestone Walker even, they sold that, a Dow sold for $1 billion. If you're not soaking up what you can learn and try to access and apply to yourself, you're not investing in yourself. You're doing yourself an injustice, and so.
And when it doesn't work, if you're going to sit there and give excuses why, then maybe starting your own business isn't
not for you. I promise you.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's
Find somebody
totally
else.
okay.
Because because you can be careful of this. There's a thing called, I think they call it like, I read a book, confirmation bias or something, which is like, if we don't think we can do it, we're going to find all the reasons why we can't.
Yeah.
Right. And so this is a good way. Like hardcore Republican, hardcore Democrats. I know we don't talk a ton about politics here on purpose because it's like chasing your tail, but people just go find information that agrees with them,
Fits
and then
their
they
narrative.
just compound on it. I think that's a mental health problem right now. Whereas but if you really have an open mind and have open conversation with people and really say, and we're doing the same, I'm talking about a brewery, like if I just try to look at this with just open, fresh eyes, is this possible? You're going to be able to find the answer pretty quickly. It's going to come to you.
Yeah, I mean, your why's just got to be bigger.
Your
than
why?
Yeah.
Dude,
It
because
is.
you'll make it happen.
And
You'll
there's
run around
there's
handing out
tons of
flyers.
layers. Like I said, I don't know what your business venture is, but there are tons of layers. For us, this is a dream. We're a fucking 48-year-old dudes. So how are we getting the younger crowd in here? How do we get the older crowd back?
Yeah,
And those are things you need to think about. What
That's
can I
the
tweak?
G, the galvanizers,
Did you
right?
see? Did you see too? I know you talked about this. I think it was last week with Toby. The official stat line came out saying like Americans. I believe it was Americans, not the world population, but alcohol consumption's down like
53%.
54. Yeah, 54%.
Is that what it was?
54%, which is
of Americans
gnarly.
are not drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means the other 46 need to start drinking more. What the fuck are we doing out there?
Hold on, but our discernment is okay. So that's a great point, Jake.
Because there's your excuse.
There
you know?
it is, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
We better close up shop. We better shut down. We better change. We better not do anything. You know, let's complain. Hey, look at this. Just like COVID. Oh, COVID came. It's not our fault. We can't do anything. And the world says, oh, you're right. I feel bad for you. You're a victim. You're
my
okay.
receipts. Pay me
Right?
back.
No.
Yeah.
Here's what you just drew something in me. I think our next step is to get some of the younger people involved, like you, and figure out, you know, like you and all of our people, Maddie, you know, Zach, all of our younger people. Like, you're the next generation right behind us. Whether you're 10 to 15 years behind us, you have a pulse on what people like. And what's not going away is the ability for people to gather together, and we have that spot.
Absolutely.
But beer and wine may not be, and we're not so arrogant that we think that may not be the primary.
That's okay. There's gonna be a bleep. We keep saying it now. We keep saying it now.
He controls the mic, dude. I love it. Hey,
you guys are gonna hear a bunch of like. It's gonna be abrupt stops.
He's
That's
gonna
because
learn around me. You can't speak it because I'll
Edited
put it into it. I'll put it into existence.
Well, nothing's
it
gonna
might
exist
be-
now. Yeah.
it
Say
might
goodbye
be
to the last
your
45
business.
minutes. Yeah.
Hey, it might be your business or somebody else's on our team's next business. Or how about this? How about getting you more excited by sharing part of this business, and the next business phase is you guys having some ownership and us being able to try to do something else. To, you know, Frank and I have talked about another.
Whoa!
Let's
Now we're
throw things
talking
up.
big money
Let's
bags.
throw things up.
Show up to
Like,
meeting on time.
yeah.
I'm 15 minutes late, or early. Fuck.
Oh, there you
Early.
go.
I'm sitting in
All
the
right.
back. Yeah, no. I'm never late.
But yeah, so
And if I am, I read the schedule wrong, and I'm an hour early to what I thought I was gonna be.
But you got to adjust. And I'm going to leave it at this. The wine industry and the people who don't change the beer industry will be left behind. They'll be smoked. Like,
Yeah, they already are.
the NCAA is going through it. I know you guys don't listen, but football, athletics, they're paying kids in high school and college now. They're looking around and saying, how did this happen? And we're saying this was happening all the time. You're arrogant to think you were going to make money off of a college kid and make millions of dollars, billions of dollars off TV rights and sell their jersey in a school, and the kid was going to make nothing and couldn't take a sandwich. And now I'll say you're getting kicked in the nuts because the kids are in charge now, and they're making millions, and they're making more than the coach sometimes. And the NCAA does just what we talked about before. If you don't adapt, things move so fast now that you look around and say, I don't know how I got in this state, and I never want to be that person.
Right.
Doesn't mean we're always right, but it definitely means that, and our ego's not so big that we say, oh no, we're just going to continue doing what we're doing. You know, like, and right now, if you're not set up for families to come in, that's the next thing. Parents want to hang out with their kids, and those kids want to have a good time and then be able to enjoy something. If you hate having young kids around in your business, you're going to be in a tough place, because that is our wheelhouse right now.
Well,
And we love it.
that's my generation. I like
Yeah.
having kids around. And
Absolutely.
guess what? The older generations, some do not like the kids.
A lot of people my age don't want kids like they do. It's like I have plenty of friends that are like, hey, like, you know, it's not for me, and like, good on you for knowing. But yeah, it's definitely like a
So you just got to be careful how you
rotational,
run the
yeah,
business.
like
Yeah.
a rotational kind of thing.
And how can you, and just what we said, how can I be friends with the Republicans and the Democrats together? How can I meet the
is
people?
crazy.
Right? How can we see each other for who we are and agree to disagree, which disappeared in the world, and say, all right, I see what you're saying. You guys want to hang out and you want to have your own, and you don't want the kids running around. How can I set that up in the one campus?
Yeah, and how to
And
build
is
a
it
brewery
feasible?
to do that? Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
100%.
All right, so
Galvanize.
galvanize. Then you got to get people together who are going to see your dream and believe in your dream. And so that's the next step. So if you're starting a business, you've got to go find people who believe, and they don't have to be the same as you. You got to go find people who believe in your dream just as much as you do,
Absolutely.
and you guys are a part of that. You know, it's different, varying levels, and we talked about it before. Well, you're never gonna believe as hard if you don't have your entire life put in there, and that's not a knock on someone, but you will someday. And then hopefully, when you're in charge of that, or you run your own business, you can't have it's unfair to have an expectation of somebody like, hey, I'll believe as much as you when I have the return as much as you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not lost on, like, we own this business. If the business gets sold for $10 million, we get a portion of that. Now it's not there yet, right? It takes a really long time to build to that.
Do you think this business right now, like, if someone came up to you with $10 million, would you shake their hand?
Hell no.
I was going to say, yeah, there's no
Only
way.
if I could parlay that into something better. So, like, I would say this. If I could take our people and it was some ungodly, unearthly amount, because remember, I'm also responsible. I'm wearing my tie. You know, as a CEO, I'm responsible for the investors too. And I'm responsible for you guys. Like, and you can look at that as a burden. And if Frank and I had an idea where we could parlay that money into something different and somebody wanted to buy the bear and I know that we could redo it.
Yeah.
But we could not redo it. Would we sell? And Frank can answer this question. Would I sell just to go live on a yacht and sit there and do nothing? No, I need a purpose. You know,
10 million.
Frank's
You
close.
taking it?
10 million.
10 million. Are you shaking the hand?
Came in,
Adios.
if somebody came in and said they'll give
Frank
us 10
could-
million.
Yeah. Blake, you got a promotion.
We're not there yet because
No.
I
we
think
have
this
a
place is
family
worth
of-
more than 10 million.
Yeah. What? It's
Like,
not
that's
monetary.
Who knows?
that's what I was getting at.
Jake,
like,
we don't
I
know
think this
that
place is
number.
worth more than 10 million.
I don't
Because, you
think
know,
so.
when
I
we
don't
first
know.
started,
Shit.
yeah,
It's
10
worth what
million, Rich,
someone's
Martha,
willing
and
to
I,
pay.
deuces. But now
We're not saying no.
No.
we have
gonna
30
need to
family
be 20.
members here, and
Yeah.
we
shit.
want to take
Absolutely.
care of that.
And by the way, how do you explain? Like, it better be freaking good, or your why better be good, to go tell the Cal Coast community that helped us build what we built that we're, I hate to say selling out because that's what it is in my mind, right?
Yeah.
You better be really compelling.
You're
There better be a
Metallica
really good
when you
reason.
cut your hair off.
All members will be
Those
getting a
were Blake.
postcard of me on my yacht and my jet ski.
Gotta have the jet ski.
Yeah.
Gotta have a jet
Now,
ski.
if I did that, I would like to do something. So let's say that did happen. What would it look like? I would love to take part of that money and reinvest, because who we are, in the people that are here to start their own businesses. Like, that would be a win for everybody, right? But this is too great, man. The bear means something.
Absolutely. No, I think it's worth way more
Build the
than 10 million.
brand. Dude, I appreciate it. You're our new accountant. I don't know that to be true, but I hope so. So that galvanizing piece is like your investors. You got to find a good accountant. You got to find, like, we've ran into some pitfalls, man. Like, we owed a lot of taxes, not because it was our own fault, because just some crazy shit happened. Like, people don't know. So let's get into this.
Well, it was our own fault. We just didn't know about it.
Well, yes and no. Yeah, sure. It is, I guess, you know, in legal terms, they use, like, did you knowingly not pay this? The answer is no. We didn't knowingly know. So let me tell you what happens. There's secured taxes and there's unsecured taxes.
Do we need Kat here for this?
No. Well, she already helped us.
It's all on the web.
So what happened was we go through
Property
our first
taxes
year.
we're talking about.
We go through our first year and we've paid all our taxes and everything. And the unsecured taxes.
Unsecured property tax.
Unsecured property tax. So here's the thing. When you own a business, they charge you for the property that you own. And then they
Which is
tax you
secured.
on all the loose things like your chairs, your equipment.
Unsecured.
So you get another tax on it. Now, here's where it got funny. We go from May, you want to talk, like, you're going to get kicked in the nuts in business. It's not going to be your fault. And you can't complain. May, and then we go and COVID hits in March, right? So everyone's shut down. So April is tax season. Well, we go through, and we're with a big firm. By the way, we're paying a big firm at this point a lot of money to help do our taxes. They never once say, hey, by the way, you have to fill out this other forms like 571L or whatever. Now we're like masters of it. Dude, seriously.
You only
No,
mess it
and
up once.
Remember they said they mailed it
No. They didn't mail it.
because
Okay, that's the point. So here, I want to tell it so you can hear it. So we pay all our taxes. COVID's here. We're shut down. We don't know anything. Shit, we're barely open. And we pay our property taxes, and we pay all of
Unsecured.
our regular business
Nope,
taxes.
secured.
But we don't pay the unsecured because we
Secured's your
don't
dirt.
know. And so, by the way,
shut up.
fast forward how many years?
4,
4 years. We get a letter in the mail
you're getting audited.
from the county, San Luis County.
On what?
Now, mind you, San Luis County has already come to assess our property and rechange and up the value because we've done work on it.
And the dude's been out here.
They've been out here. Yeah, but he's only for secured property. So that's the land and everything that's bolted down, right? So unsecured, we get a letter in the mail that says you guys owe us how much?
God.
I thought it was fake.
It was stupid.
Was it $300 and something thousand?
It was like $380.
$380,000. By the way, we have no money. We've spent
These
it all.
customers are lucky they have stools today. I
We
would have
get a
lost
letter
it.
in the mail, and we say we don't know what this is. Now, anyone out there, sure, Jake, this is where like we can give you. Now we know. Everyone who owns a business knows. But I want to say there's a good reason. So we go down to the county and we say we've never heard of this.
Do you go to like to the courthourse or where exactly are you
Right,
guys
right
taking
across
this?
the street.
Right across the street.
The police.
That's
department?
There's
assessor's-
billing
assessor's
and the
office is
assessor's
right across the
office.
street.
So the assessor's
We probably
office
shouldn't give
sent us-
specific locations, but
It
yeah, it
doesn't
was
matter.
downtown.
They were nice people. I mean, we were frustrated, but
Oh, they
in
were
the
county
end,
workers.
you've
They
got
did
to
great.
just yeah. Wait till you hear this. So we go down there and we say, "What is this?" And they say, "Well, you owe us for all the equipment that you've bought and everything that's loose." And I said, "Well, how did you come up with this number to send us?" And they said, "Well, we just took a local brewery, and we just took and gave you that number. We assessed you at that number." They didn't even know what equipment we had. And so we say, how would we even know to pay this? And they said, "Well, you're supposed to get a bill in the mail every year." So what do? We go downstairs.
Well,
and
everything's
we go
on
to the
levels.
billing. We go from assessment, the assessor's office, down to the billing office. And we walk in and we say,
Oh, we had to wait though, because they eat donuts and then they put their running shoes on and walk around the block.
he's
and
talking
then they
about
come
government work, dude. There's no, hey, we're going to be nice to him, Frank.
I was gonna say we're getting
So we go
personal
down
now.
there.
I was
Yeah,
trying
Yeah,
to-
bring the audit. Let's go.
So we go down there, and Jake, you're gonna love this. We say we're confused. Why did we not get a bill in the mail? And they look on the computer, and they look on the computer, and they look on the computer,
Is this dial-up?
and what do they
Yes.
say? What do they say, Frank?
Oh, we didn't send a bill because we closed you out because during COVID we just figured your business closed.
You're not a business.
You're
we
not a
actually
business.
don't have you in here.
That's so fire.
So we're like, hold on. But the floor above us,
Yep.
the assessor's office, just sent us. They caught up. There's
Yeah.
4 years later after COVID. They sent us one, and they say to us, "Well, who's your accountant? Why didn't your accountant tell you? A basic accountant should know this." And we said, "Well, we supposedly have the best accountant, right? You need the best accountant, the best lawyers." And they never once told us. So I guess they're not the best accountants. We no longer have those accountants anymore. So at this point, Frank and I are saying, listen, we're more than willing to pay. But at this point, you're assessing a 10% tax on hundreds of thousands of dollars every quarter. Was it every quarter or every year?
I don't know
It was
exact
like
money.
4
but
years.
let's
Either
just
way,
say
it was
they-
hundreds of dollars, hundreds
They
of
came up with a
$100,000
number
in
from a brewery
penalties.
around here that is
10 times
20,
the size of us.
20 size of us.
Oh, it's
So
not
it was,
Firestone.
No, they were really nice,
No.
and they helped us. They helped us get back to what we really had, and we were able to get
Well, first
it all
off,
back.
I feel like this is on the guy who said, "Oh yeah, I thought you guys closed." I feel like this is on him or her.
Yeah, welcome to count
Or
welcome
our
to the
accountant,
government.
or our accountant who never told us. But in the end, you know what it says? There's a little star down there, and you know what it says? What does it say, Frankie? Who's responsible?
Me
The
or
business
the
owner.
business.
Yeah.
But you never notify me. But we're good because you know what they did for us?
Waived it.
No.
Payment plan.
No. But you can appeal.
How are you guys?
No, you can
With
appeal.
interest.
This pisses
You
me
can
off.
appeal,
Yo,
Frankie.
this pisses me off.
Frankie, you can appeal.
You
and
can
how long do they have to reply to your appeal?
They have to reply to your appeal in 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3
But
years.
they want you to still make the
Yeah,
payment.
absolutely. I'm gonna get reimbursed. That's when I have my new accountant. Dude, that's insane.
And by the way, this has happened to us twice. And you have to imagine business owners who just
you guys
started,
are better than me.
just started,
We know.
and then just survived COVID, never really received a bill and weren't aware of it. Our accountants didn't tell us. We went and asked the accountant. They were like, "Our bad. You're a smaller
And
business."
none of these
We have a lot of
we are
business."
not giving excuses.
Hell no.
It was
we
on
own
us.
it.
We
We
should've
own
known.
it. But you don't know. There's a
what
difference.
But you are
If
damn
you've
right.
hired the right
we
people
sat
and the
in-
people that
Oh,
no. I feel
we
like
sat in that county office and my exact words, what other taxes are out there that we need to be aware of?
yeah.
Well, tell him, Frank.
Oh,
Hold on, let me close this one out by this.
Yeah,
You're
let's
absolutely
go.
right.
We don't
Jake.
need to go.
You cannot complain about that stuff because it's not going to change it. I'm telling you, it's not going to. You can fill out the proper
you can't. Hey,
appeals
2 to
and
3
do
years
all
it will.
that. But here's the thing.
Will it?
I'd
if
be on
you-
that. Yeah.
Jake, here's one thing you need to know though. If
maybe we
you are moving forward and you're doing this, you have to have a short term plan to get it taken care of and get it fixed. And then B, like, you can't let it shake you from your why, right?
For sure.
Like,
No, for sure. Like I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm thinking.
But
And
what-
maybe this is what
It is
everyone else is
unjust.
thinking, so I'm just gonna
Yeah,
say it
go.
anyways.
Hit it.
But like, okay, so one, your accountant that you guys have hired, right? Not responsible. Like this
said,
falls
"My
under this falls under this category. And then boom, this other company that is sending out this bill is like, hey,
That's the county. You were closed.
we assumed you were closed, so we haven't even
closed
been
your business.
documenting this. That's already like I feel like
They catch
legally
you.
right there. That guy should either
Sure. So let me take you
everything
through
should
the
be null and
process.
void
You're
prior
absolutely
to
right.
that.
Can I just clear?
Go.
So with the accountant, you sign a lot of forms. They're obviously not going to take 100% responsibility.
No.
So option, we either figure out how to move forward from this, or two, we close our doors and rally everybody and be like, let's get our pitchforks and let's go down there.
Unfortunately-
how many people are going to show up?
You
And
only
this
need
is-
2 good people.
This is why business owners get
Not really
frustrated
doing it with a pitchfork, but-
Here's why. Because if you go talk to your
Speed
lawyer,
bump.
and this is normal for everyone listening who's starting a business, and this is unfortunate. We got to work on this. If we go to sue the county or the state of California, right, because we want our money back, or the insurance company, we have another story for you about an insurance company because we're out there. We're going to tell that story next. If you go to get a lawyer, the lawyer's going to say to you, "We have a great lawyer, and a great law firm. They're like our family." But they're going to say, "Rich, at this point, it's going to take us $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 to build this case against this group. And in the end, you're just going to save $50,000. It's going to be a push. It's going to take all these years."
They're so big, they
doesn't-
drag it out until you're bankrupt.
They're so big, they just bury you in litigation, right? The state of California, big companies, big business, they'll just bury you like our insurance. So you want to talk about like struggles? Let's talk about overcoming struggles. This is good. Let's hit this one.
And then can we do galvanizing?
Yeah, we can.
I know
My
we
bad.
started.
My bad.
But I think we need to put this out there because somebody might be able to help us, and we should do a class action lawsuit for this one. During COVID, we have an insurance policy, and everyone agrees we have a couple of things in there. We had insurance for government interruption. So we were interrupted by the government. The government closed down because of COVID. They said, you have to close from this time to this time, right? And we lost that revenue. You'll never get that revenue back. We had the one thing that is a unicorn. And if you're out there, we need to join together. Please send this if you're an insurance person. Or if you're going after insurance companies, I guess, which is, by the way, a license to freaking steal right now. I'm so upset about insurance for my home and the costs in California and everything that's going on. It's ridiculous. But to stay on this story,
If you have it, you're lucky.
we have the golden goose, the unicorn. We do not have what's called a virus exclusion on our plan. So at this point, we did not have a virus exclusion, meaning a lot of people had virus exclusion, which means there was a COVID virus. It was, COVID-19. And if that was interrupted, you had that exclusion on your insurance company that made you not able to have insurance. But instead, we did not have a virus exclusion, and we had insurance for government interruption. I sent this to everyone, including the state of California. And they all said, not the state of California, every insurance person I knew said, you absolutely are covered. They should pay you for the loss of interrupted business. the insurance company said, sue us. I
Dogs.
talked to our lawyers
That's
and they
gangster.
said, you got to get some more people together for us to sue an insurance company like that. They're just going to bury us in costs. They're going to bury us in litigation. These people, they make billions of dollars, and they're just going to gum up the entire office and all of our people. And you're not even going to be able to pay it, and we're not going to be able to pay our people because we have to go do these other things. And so that is what is... You want to talk about the frustrating part. The frustrating part is not running your business and taking care of people and paying your taxes. It is the constant changing of the rules on people and the lack of humanity on the other side of it. And the final story on struggles, I don't know how we got on this, but Frank, you got to tell it, is we've been paying our taxes quarterly.
It's getting dark.
No, seriously, no, but you got to talk about it. No, I think in the
Go
best
I don't want
part
to
is
start a business
Go start
anymore.
that business.
the best part is we overcame all of it, right? What you got?
100%.
Absolutely.
We've been
It's
paying
all
quarterly
doable.
taxes this whole time, and it's never been an issue.
It's yeah.
Never
And what
miss an
happened?
unsecured
And what
payment
happened?
again.
They
No,
ain't
this
gonna-
is not
they ain't gonna
unsecured. This
break
is
us.
different. What happened?
Oh,
Come on, dude, tell it.
shit.
This
Okay,
is not a
so
negative. This is 20. This is like be real though. 22 is let's get real.
Let's figure shit out. So we pay quarterly taxes.
And we pay them all.
Pay them all every 3 months to get a full payment, right? Well, apparently we
Now?
were supposed to pay every month a prepayment for the quarterly so they could get interest on those months.
But no one's ever said anything. So we've been paying quarterly because that's what obviously our
5
accountants
years.
told us to do, and we've been doing it for 5 years, and then they back bill you for
Now they
5
want
years
the
and say it's wrong.
penalties and the interest on the months.
That you've already paid.
I'm
by
not
the
trying
way.
to point fingers, but like I feel like you guys have bad luck with accountants. Like should
Well,
your
no,
accountants
it's not
like,
accountants.
It's just a little
It
bit
is
of
what it
everything.
is.
Like,
Every
how are you
business
supposed
is
to
gonna
know?
have this
I don't know
struggle.
who our accountant is, and I feel bad.
But
like,
no, our new accountants are badass. Our
But
new
this is
ones.
pros and cons coming from public to private.
absolutely.
There's a lot of stuff you don't know about. So, and I am 1000% about finding resources and working with them. But it's hard when you just don't.
You don't know what questions to
you don't
ask.
know.
Yeah,
You
or
don't
even
know.
know it's
100%.
going to come, and then all of a sudden it's a bill. You're like, "Fuck, dude!
And
Can you
Jake,
guys work with me?"
the answer to your question is you can't let that upset you because I can't beat myself up about something I didn't know about.
Right.
And sure, but what am I gonna blame? I'm gonna blame somebody who I don't utilize anymore. And by the way, the bottom line says if you're the business owner, you should know that. And so we're gonna fill out all the paperwork to try to fight it, sure. But we're not going to let it bring us down or change what we're doing. It can't be. This is the little things that make or break you, right? You could easily walk around and complain to all the people that come in here, or we can come in and just say, "Let's roll. Let's keep working. Let's keep fighting. Let's focus our energy on the good things," and that's what we always choose to do. So,
Yeah, and so that's 2 kick in the nuts,
so the
right?
galvanizers,
But hold on, that's 2.
3.
I can 3. Sorry,
COVID.
I could. Oh yeah, COVID.
Running out
that
of money.
But
4.
COVID was everybody. I'm talking about that. We own those 2.
personal jabs.
We
yeah.
own those 2. But we can go here for the next 5 hours and talk about the freaking.
Oh, yeah.
This
No,
is
we
where
are.
we kicked ass. This is what we.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think people need to hear that because it's real. Like sometimes you make it look too easy, and people are like, "Oh no, that's easy. I can jump into it." No. But there's going to be setbacks, and you have to overcome
So
them.
this 4 years, this happened last year.
No, that the second one, which was smaller. The biggest one was
The unsecured,
Unsecured.
Oh
property
god, that
tax?
was 2 years ago.
Oh,
no,
okay,
that
so
was
that was before me?
before the den.
That was
That was
before,
before you.
Because I was gonna say like, if it was last year, I would have. You guys look cool as a cucumber.
No, we're always cool. Like you can't let it affect you. You know you want to be a leader.
Like I said, what
you
do we
can't
do?
s- You
Gather
can't
the
say you
troops,
want to do it.
pitchfork, or we figure it out professionally.
You got to live it, Jake.
And
You
move
got to live
forward.
it.
Yeah.
It doesn't say you're going to be a leader and people finds possibilities unless someone screws you over. It's people finds possibilities. Get out
Fuck
there
'em
and
up.
be positive.
You
So,
get screwed over.
The
Every one of these
galvanizer-
patrons have been screwed over by something during their day or life, and
so don't make our mistake. Go interview businesses.
exactly
Find
what we're
out who
talking
their
about.
accountant is. Get the
And-
best accountant. Get the best lawyer. And even then, you still can make a mistake. Just overcome it. So galvanizing is you've got to surround yourself with the person who says this is a great idea and I want to take it to a new level. And that's you guys. That's Zach, Maddie,
Well,
Blake,
even go back to
Jen,
the build.
the investors.
How about Galley? How about
Velasquez.
Bailey Electris? Velasquez
Brothers.
101.
Yep. Scott's helping us now with electric. Tommy, you surround yourself with people who say this project is cool. I want to be a part of it. Mm-hmm. And so that's like you can't do it alone. No one does it alone.
And that's a highlight of opening a business, is along that journey, going through those stumbles and building the relationships you build.
The lifelong friends, yeah.
Those guys would do anything for us. We do anything for them.
Yep.
Because they're good people. Yeah. I mean, God, we can go forever on those.
Yeah.
Beavers. Who else?
Tons of them. So you got that. And then the next part is you got to get started. The E, right?
E.
Enablers. I hated that word, but it's like people who enable you to see this get started. And so the E portion is like we have some people like that. They don't care whose idea it is. They don't even want credit. They just want to help.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then the T is Frank and Martha. They're the T's. My middle is the T, the tenacity.
I don't let him fool you. He's got a lot
Frank,
of T in him.
Talk about the T. What's the T? Tenacity?
Just get it done. Get it done.
Get it to the end.
Get it done. And I have so much tenacity that sometimes Rich comes back behind me to fix my tenacity.
Frank will take, if this is on the sheet today, Frank would put this in with a bolt and he'd grab a drill and bolt right through it.
Good, it's up. What's next?
Checked off the list.
Yeah, we got
Checked
shit
off
there.
the list, right? Yeah. And so that's that. And by the way, that has to happen for every single little project. So like we have to move through those quickly. Here's one thing I want to say. You cannot sit, especially in this world, you cannot sit and just overthink any one of those. Like you got to come up with you got to dream it, come up with the idea, decide if it's worth, discern it. You've got to get people involved, galvanize it. You got to do it, and then you got to see it to completion. And you're doing that every day. You're like, oh shoot, that's loose. I need to fix that. Boom, go through it. And you're going to find on your team, you have people who specialize in different areas. But the bottom line is we have to do it. We have to go through all those. And the Working Genius says some of those bring us joy. Some of those things drain us because it's not what we like doing. I'm a WI. I'm a dreamer. What was yours?
Drains the shit out of me.
What was yours?
T.
Tenacity. And you were
I think it was
discernment?
No.
Galvanize.
I think.
No, I thought we had no G's.
What was yours? No, we don't have G's. You're not a G. We had no
that's a
G's.
T. Just leave
You
it
might have been. You loved it so much. Either way, you get people who like certain areas, and then you start to learn each other, right? Do you remember yours, Jake?
No.
And by the way,
I think I had the same as Zach's.
he was a WD.
No. Yeah, I was a D and a T maybe, or an E. I don't know.
No one's going to remember this. WDT.
No,
But the point is,
Read the
he's
book.
not
Put
the
it on black.
W. I'm not the T. I'm all of them. He's all of them.
Yeah, you got to
You
be
have
all of them.
all of them.
And
Yeah.
you got to do them. Listen, you can't say, I don't like doing that work. I think it's more about it. The best thing was it gave us an opportunity to
It's a
talk
plan to
about
get it done.
the work that's done. It's not a personality test. It's about the work that has to get done. It's
Boring you?
getting it
I
done.
slept 2 hours last night.
All right, hit us with hit us with
Rationalization.
some more questions. So let's go.
I'm
22.
here.
What'd it do? All right, 22.
Unplug it. Did we say T? We did.
Yeah, we're through all that. We
All
did
right.
it all.
So, like I said,
Tell us about. Ask us about the business.
Yeah.
Let's
So
go.
these are questions, like I said, just like I've had, and with the thoughts of me potentially doing something, and then also I think it'd be cool to kind of re-talk about what you guys have been. Granted, I feel like we just got a lot of stuff I've never heard. I thought was really interesting. Kind of pissed me off a little, but
Join the club.
yeah,
Better be pissed off than pissed on. That's what my grandma always said.
I don't know. You've never been pissed on then.
Ugh. I actually have a story about that, but later.
Okay.
I feel like this is story
You
time.
probably make more money doing that than you would doing beer.
Totally accident.
But like, so what? I can't read my handwriting.
Just ask.
Yeah,
Just what's on your head right now?
I'm getting pissed on.
Okay, get that out. Moving forward.
What was the first step you guys took after deciding like you guys were officially gonna do it? So you've already presented the idea, like, hey, let's start a brewery. Like, what is step number 1 in moving forward?
So I think the first, well, okay, so we had a lot of guidance. Craig Kuntz, we've talked about him quite a bit.
I don't know if he's a real person.
Dude, he has to be on the next one. That was going to be what 22
I
was
think
going
we
to be,
say
so
that every
23.
episode.
No, we just need to zoom him in. Let's go.
But basically it was, and remember, we're coming from public, going to private, and it's sitting down in, hey, guess what? Fed's going to want some money. State's going to want some money. County's going to want some money. City's going to want some money. Craig, what do you mean by that? Production tax to the feds, TTB. Then you get to state, production tax and sales tax. And you get the county, they want their sales tax. Then you get to the city, they're going to want their piece. And then you start construction, go right up back the line, and everyone wants a chunk of a permit and all that. Architects. So it was getting that
Permits.
whole initial permit, licensing, business license, all that together to really see. And then go to the architect. Okay, how does this work? Well, here's preliminary. I got to send it out to an electrician, a plumber, a mechanical guy. What else? Structural. All those guys want a little piece of the money. They got to feed their family too. And then it goes to the city to approve, to the county, to the state, and then back. So I'm fortunate when we started, I was a construction manager before education, so I kind of knew a lot of those steps. The business side with all the permits and licensing didn't understand, but that's the first step. You need to dial that in. Go down to your local city, county, figure out what permit fees are, what it is. Do I have enough parking? ADA, will that work for us? And then go forward from there. So that was the initial step.
Okay. Find a spot and get open.
Okay, find a spot too.
Find a spot where they let you open.
And this is a little later I had, but while you bring it up, like, so I know you guys said next to a railroad, but I asked Frank this off camera. If you guys wouldn't have gotten a spot necessarily like downtown, because you guys, and by no means are you guys downtown, you know, like I know this is definitely like
close
around it's close, but you know, it was still a leap of faith. Like this place is a little bit out.
Yeah.
But if you guys like weren't in this like general area, like would you guys have still committed? Like was this still, or was it all just like perfect time, perfect place? Like,
this is crazy. We were already committed because you already quit and we didn't even have a building.
Yeah.
I was like, we don't even have a spot.
Yeah, that's true.
We definitely had eyes on a building
This one.
before I quit.
Yeah, but you didn't know that was a possibility.
No, well, I felt it. It was ready to go. Let's go.
All right.
I felt good
but
with
no,
Josie.
If
Jake,
Josie
we
would have like
would've-
strong armed you guys and been like, hey, like I'm not getting rid of this, like what would have been, you know, like
Well,
where would you guys?
Number
where would
one,
you,
he did. Number two, even if it did fall through,
we would have found another spot. We
would've
were
found
talking to
another
people.
one.
There's a ton of realtors around, and you're just, you know, like I said with you, like if you put it out in the air, people want to help you.
Absolutely.
And whether it's for their own benefit because they're going to make money off of a lease to you or a sale, it doesn't matter. Either way, they're still going to want to help you, but you have to tell them. So if you start to spread that word around town, like, hey, I'm a good person. I'm trying to work hard on this. This is who I am. This is my vision. This is my dream. People want to help you. They feel compelled, dude. There's like this human, this is the thing AI can't take. There's this human nature to like help each other.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, I got a building. You never know. You might be drinking coffee and be talking to someone. I want to start a brewery. And someone might say, dude, I got a building. It's just been empty.
Yeah.
Why don't you use that?
yeah, and it's life. The second we, Craig, get on railroad tracks, do this, do that. Okay, and then all of a sudden, hey, there's one right here. What do you think? Looks cool. If there wasn't one here, we probably would have worked a little longer.
Yeah.
Until something came up where we saw, yeah, we will make this happen. I mean, we had parameters. Obviously, we would love to go have a huge place somewhere, but
Can I
the
hear-
finances we had and all that was, this is going to work. And Jake, you know how many people thought we were idiots?
A lot.
A lot. And they told it to our face.
I respect that.
Yeah. No. And I was
Yeah.
like, cool. Yeah. I don't
But
know.
if I
feel
listened
pretty
to
good
those
about it.
people
Now
my
watch,
whole life,
yeah.
I wouldn't have done anything. Yeah, like
Now
I
watch.
would not.
It's the
And-
naysayers. Stay, yeah.
Yeah.
Get on board.
And then what? Okay, so you mentioned this, I think, in the second episode. How did you create the original business plan you guys had? And then I know you think it's a joke,
Pre-AI.
Oh no, but I worked really hard on it. I think it's a joke
and then
now.
what? Yeah, but what? And
This
how
is
would you
good.
do it
in
now?
context?
Yeah,
When I wrote that, I thought it was badass.
for sure,
Right?
Yeah, the Performa, everything else, like it was
We
beautiful.
took Craig's information that he had taken from a bunch of businesses that he had worked at.
breweries.
Not just breweries. He also took them from some of the other ones where he was bartending. Remember, he was working like Toby James, who just talked. He was working like on the brewery all day, and then he was a bartender till like 2 a.m. at night. He was working 13, 14-hour days like Toby was.
Hard to find.
To get it going. Yeah. And so I took all those business plans and recreated all of them, which was like to do the research, how much beer on average is being drank per capita. It's serious numbers. But by the way, you don't have to be the most intelligent person in the world. You can look these things up. The
all
Brewers
information.
Association has it. They know by state how much people drink beer. Obviously, that's why they know enough to be nervous now. And so I put all that together. And then I also put like the average for this area and this county, the average amount of visitors you get, and all that was in there. And then the businesses or the banks told us no, but it was because we didn't have a history of doing this, and that's understandable, which is like, hey, you guys have degrees in education. That doesn't mean you know shit about making beer.
For sure.
So why do I want to loan you $1 million? And now, by the way, we get a
No, we
loan, no
could have
problem.
if Craig was on it,
Now we get a loan, no problem. Now, if Craig was on it, but he couldn't
but he
because he
couldn't
was doing
because
other
he was
things.
just opening, or he was working on some other project.
And so in that time, that was the most badass thing. And actually, this is what told us this will work. I used the same thing in our investors. I said, here's our pro forma. Here's what we're going to make every month. Here's what we're going to spend. Here's my best thinking. Now, while those numbers were off, they actually weren't off that far as the numbers. And so it's one of those things. Is it locked?
Yeah.
She has a key.
Yeah, she just did. She was just checking.
And so it wasn't off that far. Our numbers were off on how much we were going to spend, but the bottom line is you can go around and talk to people. And not only did I do that, Donovan's out there at Pappy McGregor's and all them. I sat down with him. I'm like, hey, tell me what you think. Give me numbers. And he was more than willing to help. You know, people underestimate how much people will help you.
Yeah.
They will. They'll help you. They want to help you. And by the way, either way, or they might tell you to fuck off. And I would rather know right off the bat, right?
For sure.
Can you
Yeah,
help
for
me?
sure.
Nope, leave me
Or not,
alone.
for
I don't
sure.
like helping people. Perfect. I know not to come back to you. But Hugh, how can I help you? Yeah, I don't want to waste your time. Talk to me about what you think. And he was always helpful. You know, he's always nice. And everyone's business approach is different. But why would I not talk to guys who own Fish Gaucho? In fact, we should get those guys on.
Troy?
Troy,
I'm good
and
friends
him.
with Troy. Yeah.
Get Troy. Tell him. We'll talk to both of them. Fish Gaucho, the Tiki Bar,
Jeff,
1122,
Tony.
and yeah. And
These are all my
well,
boys.
I talked to
These
Tony
are- yeah,
to get him
these are all
on. But my
boys.
point is, these guys are doing well. Do you want to? Why would you not use them
for sure.
as a resource?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And by
that's-
the way, when people are comfortable, they want to help you.
and that's the thing too. I think it's comfortability because you know, like I said, like even this now is like I wouldn't have asked this if you asked me to do this on episode 1 and be like, hey, like this is something that's on my mind. I would never tell you guys.
And the
Well,
only
and
way to
you
be
know.
comfortable is to do it.
Exactly. No, for sure. You just
Right.
To
gotta.
answer your question about the why we think the business plan's a joke.
Dude, I have a bug in my. What's your? Hey, excuse me, dad joke. Excuse me, sir. There's a bug in my beer. What's your bug doing? The backstroke. Why is there a bug? I forgot to say that. Jesus.
Just because I'm
There's
a
a
dad,
bug in
you
my
thought I
suit.
was gonna
Yeah,
know
I
the
did.
fucking
I thought you
joke.
had it. All right, go ahead, Jake. What do you got?
No, hold on,
Yeah,
me still.
This is Frank.
Boom. The business plan is that WI,
Yeah.
but in paper.
This is a dream.
Now, how would you guys
And
do it
it's-
different?
But
I wouldn't
us
have done
saying
it
it's a joke
different.
looking at it now is, yeah, we may have hit a couple spots, but we destroyed that business plan on so many other places that are positive.
Perspective.
Yeah.
You know, like you got to
Perspective
shift. You
matters.
got to get that boat out of the harbor, and we were just trying to get it off the dock with that business plan. And
Absolutely.
you don't know. We hit storms. We hit good weather. You
But
know,
you're out there.
Yeah, and so I would love to compare that business plan to us writing a business plan right now. Like it would be night and day. But it's not
so
a
limiting.
bad business plan.
No,
Okay,
no,
yeah.
it was great. Actually, it was
Sorry,
great.
I wasn't trying to knock it.
No,
It was
no,
just-
no.
No,
I
we
want you
joked
to
about
hear
it.
this.
That's
Yeah.
what it was. We joked about it.
I think it was you said that like these
I
words,
said
like
that.
the most intellectual.
Well, I
Because
tried
we
to
didn't
write.
dive into building the culture. We didn't.
We
dive-
didn't know. You haven't. You have to do it.
Yeah.
You can't know. You're just doing the best you can with the information you have.
It's
Absolutely.
writing a parenting book without having a kid, and then having a kid, and then
There you
writing
go.
a parenting book.
There you go. It is the same. Exactly. It's you don't know, but you have to do it because here's my point. Imagine, go back, and this is what stops people. Imagine if you're obsessing over this business plan and you want it to be perfect.
But it just never.
And you're
never,
missing
never
every
launches.
opportunity in
Fucking
front
hate
of
to
you
start.
because
Yeah.
you're focusing on
Yeah.
the.
Frank and I are like, do it to the best you can because that motherfucker's going to be thrown away in a little bit. Because look at what it didn't have. It didn't talk about all the changes we made. It didn't talk about the back area.
Didn't talk about COVID.
It didn't talk about how to survive COVID. It didn't talk about wine-based cocktails. It didn't talk about throwing private parties. Those things were necessary through the environment and the perspective and the growth and the need to survive. And so my point is it's now not, it's outdated, right? Because of all the moves we made. And so if you're obsessing over what the perfect building is going to look like and you take a year, I want you to hear this for your business. That plan will be outdated in 1 year.
Yeah.
You'll
And
be
I will
done,
tell you,
and you have to start over.
I will let you read our business plan.
Don't have to sign an NDA to do that.
will let you
hell
read
no.
our
You can
business
have
plan.
it.
You
You
can
just-
have
There's-
our business
there's one
plan. Let
form
me
we talked
rephrase
about.
that. The biggest point
I would love to. by the
that
way.
we have actually become that is barely even brushed upon is the people.
Yeah.
The community.
For sure.
The
No, for sure.
community. No, just about the
But you
family
can't
we
anticipate
built
that,
and
you
all
know?
that.
Yeah.
We couldn't have known that.
No.
No.
And that business plan is very black and white on just
Beer
business.
knowledge and numbers.
But people are about it. And that's, I think as Rich and I grew with the business, that's where our focus kind of came was, man, this is important for
Yeah,
us
absolutely.
to do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's you guys.
Okay.
And then, so I don't know how to word this properly. I'm going to read what I put to the best that I can read it from here. But it says like, what early partners, products, and suppliers were essential before launch. So like with Gallagher, right? How did you guys know Gallagher beforehand, or did you meet him here? Was it luck of the draw that he took on this, or that you guys hired that business? Like, how do these relationships form, and how important are they to the long term? And as well as like finding who your suppliers are for hops or your suppliers for grain, like how does that come about in choosing what's right versus cost versus
Well, I'll talk on grain and hops and all that. What's funny is nobody wants nothing to do with you at the beginning. Nobody wants anything to do with you.
They don't know if you're going to make it.
Yeah, our first grain order, Craig actually, I think we paid him back to Sunrift because he ordered the grain order to here.
because you guys didn't have any credibility, so to speak, or
It wasn't even
He's
that.
got
Number
no
one,
credit. Yeah, no, they won't
didn't-
even sell it to you. 'cause
Yeah,
they
we
don't
didn't
know
know
if
what
you're
to
going to
order, nothing, and then they weren't sure. You had to set accounts up. They had to do all this and verify. And he's like, "Dude, I'll just send it down there, pay me back." Got it, and then all of a sudden they saw, "Oh shit, these guys are paying. Oh, they're getting a decent amount of grain. I mean, obviously not Firestone Barrel House, but this could be a legit account."
yeah,
And now the beautiful part, it's growing in. We get grain suppliers, hop suppliers all the time coming in like, "Hey, we want your business."
yeah, absolutely.
So you just got to kind of scratch a little bit at 1st, use some resources around you,
Yeah,
and pay your freaking payments.
because your numbers.
You got to build a brand.
One thing
Like,
that
they have to know you.
your
scares
credibility.
One thing that scares me in like the thought of in like starting a business is like, you know, like say you prep as much as you can and then boom, you're like what I don't want to throw under the bus, but like the kitchen, you know, like say we don't have enough tri-tip for the day because we were
Yeah.
not expecting. That was potato salad, I believe, we didn't have enough potato salad for the day because we just weren't expecting those kind of numbers. Like, was that a fear going in at all, or because
No.
you had Craig kind of?
No, Jake, you're gonna run out of shit. You're gonna
For sure. No, for
you're
sure.
doing your best. And
But
as long as you're upfront with people, you can't be afraid of that because you can't anticipate what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You can do your best to try to decide, but more people come here and love the food than we anticipated.
Yeah.
What a great problem to have.
Beautiful. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. How about Russian River? People line up for a beer.
And then you flush
and
it
then
out.
when it's out, it's out.
And you flush it
You
out.
know?
You say, we don't
Russian
want to
River?
do this.
Brewery,
It's a
sorry.
brewery.
Let's go
Oh,
down south. Hey, we have 30 racks of ribs, and when they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
People are lined up.
Yeah.
Like running out of something's not a bad thing. Every day, probably not a good thing. But yeah, man, we had a really good day. People will be happy.
But as long as you're upfront, like think about the worst businesses you go to, right? And there's some around here. I can name names because I want to take over one that could do well. I'm telling you, yeah. And imagine this though: if you come in and you say, "Hey, I'm sorry, we're out of potato salad because we just got a huge rush. We planned appropriately for our normal, and we just had more people enjoying our food products than we would have thought." And you know what your good people are going to say? Good for you. Hell yeah. Versus this, watch. We're out of potato salad. I don't know. We're all screwed. I guess somebody in the back doesn't know what they're doing. You know, we sent so-and-so back there and they don't know what they're doing. Like two completely different experiences with the same exact input.
Yeah. And outcome. You're not
Right?
getting, you're not getting
Either
potato
way,
salad.
you're not getting potato
you're not
salad,
getting
dude.
potato salad.
And
So-
the restaurant business is super tough. People don't get that.
No,
It's like I'm going
hard.
to have 30 people over Thanksgiving making all that food for them, and now you have 60 people show up.
Yeah.
Or 10 people show up. Like, it flexes
vendors-
all the time.
Vendors are going to do your best. And you, by the way, notice on this stuff, Jake, you could beat yourself up 100 ways to Sunday, or you can just keep kicking ass and keep moving forward and saying, all right, I don't want to make that mistake again. Let's regroup. Let's see what it is.
Document, keep the
And-
data, and let's look at it.
Yep. And that's what we do constantly. We're just constantly trying to say, how do we get better? And by the way, that's hard to do because what you have to fight through and teach all your people is I don't care about egos. I don't care about anything. We're not placing blame. Failure is expected. It's necessary for growth, right? That's why those things that we're talking about are important. I don't need to worry about it. Let's worry about fixing it.
Yeah.
Now, if it comes up continually, now we can have a conversation about it, right?
Absolutely.
Is it not there? Are we not building the structure correctly? Is there not a good system or procedure involved? But I want to know, is it a people problem? Is it a system problem? Or is it a culture problem, right? Same thing. So what else you got, dude? Let's go.
And what about like early partners? Like, how do you select those partners? How do you?
Whoever had money was crazy enough to help us. Not
There
kidding.
you go. Okay, no, there it is.
That's real. Our friends, I mean, I wasn't
believe.
turning people away. Like, it's hard. You have to go to someone and say, I need $100,000 of your money. Not just the money that you saved throughout your entire life.
Yeah,
Well, and you want to be
life's
smart.
work.
And
yeah.
you can promise me, you can trust us with it.
Yeah,
Fuck, dude. That's like, you want to talk about one of the biggest moments of my life? It's like, dude, I'm not going to let this fail for not just me, but for those people and for his
That's
kids.
the
and-
number one is the investors.
You know?
yeah.
I'm not going to look a fool. And it's not anybody. Be very careful. You're crawling in bed with these people.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is
You
true.
know, you need to be smart.
We're very
on-
fortunate.
We have some
We have great
sexy
people.
investors.
We got to bring them on, dude. Hey, get them on here. I told them anytime you want. They're like, get a few of them. But we knew the people ahead of time, and they
sure.
knew Craig's work, and they trusted
to
us.
believe.
I would love to hear why they did it. I guess we
Yeah.
should ask them.
No, for sure.
We'll bring them on.
And then I believe it says like what marketing channels did you set up? So like prior to opening, how did you spread the word? Like how
We did
would-
it.
No.
We didn't even
It
believe
was
in
word of
marketing.
mouth. It was
Yeah.
all word of mouth.
We never did. We didn't pay for marketing.
And
We
this is like
didn't.
you just telling your friends like, hey, we're opening this day,
No, it
and
was
them
more
telling them.
like
I don't think we
Or
even.
People
patrons
walking by,
kinda-
just walking by here.
People
our
told
first
people.
day, what we had like 2 people in, and they were kind of text a couple other people,
Yeah.
and then we had like 20 people in. Like we didn't even tell anybody we
Yeah.
were opening.
We
And
were
it kind of
so
slowly rolled into.
Would you guys
it.
do that the same?
focused on taking care of you. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because we had to work the POS out. We had to work serving out. Is this layout gonna
Dude,
work?
Let me tell you right now, dude.
He's
now
gonna
you
tell
guys
us
go.
right now.
No, dude. Let me tell you. You know
Oh,
what you
please
do
do.
normally? You do the ribbon cutting, and not to put. I'm involved in the chamber.
No, the gold. Oh
but
yeah,
you do the,
gold
ribbon
shovel.
cutting, the gold shovel in the ground. You put out the newspaper article in the San Luis Tribune. Fuck all that shit. Like
We put a sign that said we're
seriously open.
Right
Like,
there.
Turn it around.
dude, just take all your energy that you would put into like here's what we don't believe in. You go out and you sell yourself. You still have to come back and come through on the product that you said you were going to do. Right?
Absolutely.
And so why not just put 100% of your energy into taking care of every single person that walks in, saying
Yeah.
hello, saying goodbye, friggin' giving them a high five, remember their name, giving them a great beer. You know, and think about all the shit we've been through. We didn't even have food. You could order food from the
Backyard.
no,
No,
the
damn.
lady right here,
Great lady. It was like
the
a vegan
organic.
deli. Bless your heart.
Bless your heart, yeah.
Was it-
Bakery?
Bakery, yeah. Bless your heart bakery.
That was first, and then we had the district deli, and so we're just kind of like moving around. Then we had, you know, another guy in Barbie, and we're trying to find our way because we weren't focused on that. We were absolutely focused on doing the best by the people that walked in there, and so until we had that mastered, we could never go out to something else.
Okay. And then I
So
can't do
marketing,
that.
no, dude,
Last
don't
question.
oversell. You know, undersell.
What's the last one?
Undersell and over deliver. Don't try to close this out right now, dude. I'm on a roll. I must be butter because I'm on a roll.
What would you
I
do?
don't have a time. I can't imagine. how long this is
Undersell
going.
and over deliver.
What would you do different if you were to reopen or open a new business?
Would have hired Jake first thing.
That doesn't feel like the truth, but it's the first thing you're doing.
I'm going to answer this. I wouldn't do anything different.
Okay, if you're starting a new business, then
Wouldn't do anything different.
Yeah.
It was the journey and the challenges, but I love challenges and the growth and the education that came along this journey.
well, okay, I feel like that's a
along
cop out
with-
because if you were to do it
Get
again,
him, Jake.
if you were to do it again, you wouldn't be sleeping on a cot upstairs until 3 a.m. doing a 24-hour thing.
We might.
Yeah, why not?
We might.
Why,
It's
you don't
kinda
think you would
fun.
just prepare better? Being
No,
away
there
from being
wasn't
away from
anything
the
about preparation. It was about the grind.
being
Like,
away,
I
being away from
loved
like the
grind.
family though, like
She was okay. She knew.
I
This
think
shit had to
she
get
stayed
open. We
here
had to make
sometimes.
money. Yeah, we had to make money.
no, for sure. But,
it's
but
not,
you're
dude.
at a
What
different.
do you want?
But
You
you're at a-
want confirmation bias right
I just,
now? What
no,
do you
no, no.
want,
I
Jake?
just feel like there's no way you would do it the same. I feel like that'd be foolish to do anything the same. You could
And
always
I wouldn't be
improve.
sitting here telling this beautiful story about.
I think.
No, absolutely.
people I
absolutely.
met,
I'm talking
the
about like a new one. So say
challenges.
you were to open in the Sequoias right now or something, you know, like say you were to go up north.
I'll take that
Obviously,
assignment.
it wouldn't go the same because
No.
we have some solid numbers.
He's
and
saying
yeah, that's
we
what I
would
that's
know.
what I mean. Okay,
He's saying
that's what
we
I mean.
would use the same process, but we would have much more knowledge now
Yeah,
going in.
it would be
Yeah.
a smoother operation.
And a
Jake,
mold.
it's crazy. So once you do it and you build like validity,
So we were saying
and
the
not
same
that
thing, just different.
we think we're the shit, people will give us a loan, no problem now, because you've done it. You know, like you've been there. They can see the product. They can see what you produce. It's right in front of them. Before they didn't. Now, if we needed to find investors, it's no problem. People ask
Right.
us all the time, can they invest here? All the time. Everybody wants to invest, but they cannot, once again, see the finished product. So it's like in the beginning, the inputs are completely different because you don't have that knowledge. And now that you have that knowledge, we're going to use the same process. We're just going to be so much more
We're even better with the process.
mature with
now.
what we're doing. Yeah.
Jake, we play the little video repeat reel, whatever you
Yeah.
call it. I still will sit there in the brew house and when I look at it sometimes, like early on in the project, I get goosebumps.
Yeah, and
Because I look back, I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. Like those were rough days, but the best part of that rough day is I made it through that day.
100%.
That's freaking great.
Yeah,
What's
100%.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
So to
And-
say I'd change anything, I would be probably smarter about how we went about things.
And that's kind of what I meant. I would
we
have
have the
like,
resources
Yeah.
now. We have good people behind us. You got to understand when we first started, we put this project to bid, and the numbers we got back were pretty crazy.
Because people don't know us. They're
They
not
didn't know
willing
us,
to
and
help
then it
you
was
out.
like,
They-
shit. I think, Rich, we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to do this portion.
and we did.
Yeah,
We hung the eyebrows on the buildings. Well, with help from the Velasquez, 'cause they felt bad for us, but we did a lot of things. We put the tent up inside. We
they believed in
helped
us. They
do
didn't
the-
feel bad for us. They believed in
Well,
us.
I think they initially they were like,
Yeah,
these
fair
knuckleheads are gonna. These,
This Ryobi's not working.
yeah, and so what we can't leave now is this. You made it to 22. So what? And I do want
This
to
is your
put this
goal
to
portion.
bed. I do want to put this to bed. I think we should do a whole section about our new goals.
we can leave that for the following.
Yeah,
We
we're
don't
gonna
need
do
to
that
talk
for the
about it.
next one.
Yeah, we don't
But-
need to talk about it.
No, we're going to do that for the next one. But I want to put the 22 to bed, which is you'll notice like I changed some behaviors in myself. I didn't post on my
You wore a
Instagram
tie.
anymore. I stopped doing that. I did wear a tie.
I can't take you seriously.
But I didn't post on my Instagram anymore. I only posted about this podcast because our goal was to get through 22. It was about to trust the process. Just come in, do the podcast, and we've done more than 22 because we actually did some that we kicked to the side.
Yeah.
But it was really just about consistently doing the work, right? And you know what we didn't say in there? How many followers are we going to get? We have to make money from it.
Just me.
You know, we have to, and what those can be new goals. Like we can do that. We didn't say we have to be on these mediums. We didn't say we have to have this many guests. We have to use this format. We didn't have those parameters. We just said 22 podcasts.
Absolutely.
And that allowed us to think about how far we've come now.
Yeah.
Because we weren't concerned about all the other bullshit that can distract you.
We got to
We
the
were
haze.
just like, do the podcast, put it out so people can listen to it. 22 times. Do the podcast, put it out. Do the podcast, put it out 22 times, right? And through that, when you look back, look how far we've come.
Yeah.
Right. And so now we get to sit down and we say, we reached that goal. This is nowhere near the end. Now we have to do the really hard part that people skip. And we should do this next time. We have to throw out all the things that we want to do and we have to set a new goal. And it has to have a timeline. It has to be measurable. It has to, we have to be able to know if we reach it and be able to celebrate it when we do, or if we don't, we need to readjust and change course if we don't, right? And so that is happening consistently. And what most people do is they just allow themselves to be inundated or distracted by something else. And so welcome to phase 1, just like the brewery. We got open and we poured beer. Phase 2 is going to be to fix up the back area. Phase 3 of the brewery was to have patina and do some events. Phase 4 was the den. And so now it's time to move to whatever phase 2 is of this podcast.
Apple Music.
And you're a part of it. That could be one of the goals. And we get to throw them all out. And then we have to do the really hard part of saying which one's the most important. Is it getting more followers? Is it making money from it? Is it getting on more mediums? Or maybe those fit together? It's just a beautiful thing.
Is this good therapy for Rich, me, and Rich?
Why is Rich in there twice?
Why was I and me in there
On the
twice?
vibe, Titan.
Damn, I didn't even catch the eye in me.
Dude,
I was
all
lost
right.
in Rich twice.
What do you think, Jake? Close down what your experience has been over 22 episodes.
Stress, not stress. It's fun. I love my Fridays. They're fun.
I love my Fridays.
Stressful, but like, you know, obviously not a sailing business, but like we got through it. They're out. We hopefully got better.
And is this working? Like,
I think so. I think that's. I
we haven't even asked if.
We
Yeah.
started with 3 beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He worked the bar, I worked the bar, Martha worked the bar,
And no food.
and no food. I walked home, or drove home, sorry, the first night with a $20 bill in
That
my
you had to give
pocket.
back.
I did have to give
You
it back.
did.
Give back.
But I felt like a player.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, our numbers are a bit better. But hey, we're 22. We have our 3 beers right now.
Yeah.
Let's see where
Absolutely.
it takes us. And
Absolutely.
Don't overthink it.
I'm really happy that you're part of it.
Woo.
I'm happy. Don't wreck it, because I'll go the other way fast.
Whoa.
I'm happy that you're contemplating maybe stepping into the realm of
Doing your own thing.
doing your own
Yeah,
thing.
for sure.
Dude.
That's why
For
we
sure.
started.
I've thought about, like, granted, this is all
Don't keep it to yourself.
No, yeah. But I just mean, like, this is something that, like, say that were to happen. I want to keep everyone in the loop, but like, I would love to continue doing this as long as I can.
Yeah, we want you part of
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
we also get it. Like, use us, ask
For
us.
sure.
Like, we
No, for
we'll
sure.
be
And I'm
investors
not.
in
I'm
the
not
next
going to
one.
be.
Who
I'm not
knows?
going to be obtuse to that. Like, I definitely know. Like, and I know you guys well enough
Use
to
your
know
resources.
that exactly. Like, you guys want to help. You guys want to see every person who's in
So your
this
resources
in
don't
these
wanna use
grounds. You want to see them be the best they can be, and we all want to be the best we can be. We just got to take the leap of faith and ask.
When you're young.
Yeah.
Remember, we took this
We didn't
jump
even start
at
this. How
40
old? 42?
Damn.
I'm 47, so we've been open 6 years. Yeah, 41.
Yeah. 38.
By the way, I want to say this
Old.
again. After
Fuck you.
master's degrees in
looking
education and leaving halfway through. By the way, we don't get the full retirement that everybody was coveting, and not that I'm putting them down. So anything is possible. We didn't even start this till we were in our 40s.
Yeah.
Bro, you can start and fail and start and succeed 10 other businesses in the time you get going. Yeah. And
It's
by
the
the way,
drive.
I keep saying by the way today.
Drive
That's
on.
my new thing. By the way,
By the
100%.
way, it's the tie.
final. It's the tie.
It's the tie. By
It's
the
like-
way,
it's like-
Rich.
Can we-
And-
that's a damn good tie.
Dude, this is Jake's tie he brought for me.
What?
This is Jake's tie, and he was so nervous to untie it, but I'm going to teach him how to tie it
insane.
back.
That's
I'm going to
insane.
teach him how to tie it back. This is a life lesson. All right.
All right, well,
by the way,
like,
no, I don't have
subscribe.
another. By the way, hey, like, subscribe. That's going to be our new thing. We do need one of those goals. We need to get in touch with people. We have a lot of people that come in and say they listen,
Yeah.
but I don't think we do a good job of interacting with them. And I'm going to start posting my positive videos.
Dude,
on
I think we
Instagram.
have enough videos now. We could even, I mean, I don't know how you feel about Red Bull, dude. We could leave that one up in the pod.
Red Bull.
Just have it on repeat.
I have no idea what you're talking
The
about.
TV in there? The Red Bull TV?
Oh,
yeah. See, I like where your head's at on our TV in
Yeah.
there. The
And
podcast.
hey, Pops, by the way, you call me every time you listen to these. Just subscribe. Hit the subscribe.
It's okay.
button.
You don't have to buy
It's-
anything.
yeah, I'll pay for it if
You
do.
can have your gin and tonic. And thank you for
Sit by the
investing.
pool.
By the way, thank
Nice
you for
to meet you,
investing.
Pops.
Yeah. All right. Peace out.
Later.
Cub
yeah.
Scout.
Yeah,
What do you
we're
got,
done.
Jake?
Nothing. I was just
Next
gonna say.
episode, we're doing it from Frank's deck
Everyone,
in Cayucas.
if
and we're
this gets
setting
100
goals.
comments, and I'm putting this out there now.
100!
If this gets 100 comments, and I know it's not probably going to happen. I think
Oh,
we
there,
get after
I'll
that.
do-
National, I can't do it.
I'll
Won't
do it.
do
Oh,
it.
he just.
See, look at that. Look at that. They're on board
Why
now.
wouldn't
They're
you
in.
just
You
do
can't
a
do
100
it.
comments
I
tonight?
trapped
I
them. I
can't.
trapped them. They're in now. If this gets
you
100
do what I
comments,
wanna
they
do.
will give me a raise.
Let's go.
Boom.
Let's go.
We already got you a higher
Yep.
chair. What else?
That
do
was
you
a
need?
free beer he got today.
You're fired.